Hello, happy Sunday. So today we are celebrating Evelyn's 13th birthday, and it's actually Beau's 3-year-old birthday today, but we celebrated him yesterday because Evie was shopping, and so we reversed them, but here we are, and we went to church this morning. Now I'm going to decorate for her party. I did a few promotions a second ago that I'll share later, and now it's time to put my head down, make a balloon arch. Jenna made Evie's cake. She requested chocolate upon chocolate upon chocolate, which is classic Evie. She wanted a repeat of the cake that Grampy Norm made her several years ago. And so Jenna made it happen, and I'll show it in a second. It's very chocolatey. We also started a tradition for Beau's birthday where we eat. And so on Evie's birthday 3 years ago, we heard of this trend that was going around where you ate fruit roll-ups with like vanilla ice cream on the inside. And it made the fruit roll-up crunchy instead of gooey, kind of like fruit roll-ups are. It made them like crunch, like snap. And so we tried it on her birthday 3 years ago, and it was a hit. Everybody loved it. Well, that night, about midnight, I woke up and felt like I was having like contractions that hurt. And I just went to the bathroom, walked around, drank some water, and I was like, oh, it's probably nothing. He's not due for 12 days, so it's probably nothing. And I went back to sleep, woke up again a few more times, was pretty uncomfortable. I'll tell his birth story in a minute, but long story short, he was born the next day. And so we always have fruit roll-ups and ice cream on Evie's birthdays now because we joke that that's why Beau is here. And so I always share the kids' birth story on their birthday. And so let's talk about Beau. So Beau was born naturally, not induced. He was born, like he came on his own time. I was scheduled for an induction, I think 4 days before his due date, but he arrived on his own 12 days before his due date. And so here's what happened. So we just had Evie's birthday party. I told the fruit roll-up story. We had those. I went to bed, and I had just gotten Roz and Inga all like bathed in antibacterial soap and everything ready because they were getting their tonsils removed the next morning. And so got all that done, went to bed, woke up about midnight, and just kind of felt really uncomfortable. Like my contractions, I had Braxton Hicks contractions, but they weren't really anything to talk about. But that night it was different. And so I got up, went to the bathroom, drank water. They went away, went to sleep, woke up again. I think it was like 5 o'clock in the morning because I had to get the girls to their tonsil procedure. So I got them to their procedure. And while we were there, this might be TMI, but while we were there, I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. Like my stomach was like cramping. And so I was like, that's weird. And so I went to the bathroom and like had diarrhea kind of. It was like, I don't know. And so got through their procedure, and as they were back getting their tonsils removed, I'm in the waiting room like timing contractions, and there were a few that were like 5 minutes apart. It was like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. And I was like, oh gosh, this is crazy. And so, but I still was focused on getting through this day, getting the girls home. They just had their tonsils removed. And it was funny because there was an OB doc in the patient surgery center, and I joked with him that you might have to deliver a baby in a second. My contractions are kind of close together right now. And he was like, oh, okay, whatever, you know. And so got the girls in the van, started heading home. And while I was in recovery with Roz and Inga, and keep in mind, Inga woke up and she was feisty. Like she was like climbing the bed, and it took like 5 nurses to like get her to calm down, and sweet little Rozzie's just sitting there eating her popsicle. So I'm just like sitting on the bed with Rozzie, like super uncomfortable, but just like with her, watching them like wrestle with Inga, thinking, okay, how am I going to do this? Let's just get through this. And so got them in the van, tried to act like I wasn't in a whole lot of pain because I didn't want to freak anybody out, but I was really uncomfortable. Started heading home. The girls really wanted Sonic, and I was like, I feel fine right now. Let's go to Sonic. Why? So against my better judgment, stopped at Sonic, ordered them slushes, and was at the Sonic drive-thru just timing my contractions. Like, okay, they're like 5 minutes apart, 4 minutes apart. I'm like really uncomfortable right now. So I call Lucas. I'm on my way home. Tell him about the girls. Tell him they're doing great. They're drinking their slushes. But I'm kind of uncomfortable. My contractions kind of hurt. I'm going to wait till my appointment tomorrow, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm kind of in pain, but I'm fine. And so he, of course, calls my doctor and then he's like, you need to go in right now. And I'm like, well, I have to go get the girls home. They just had their tonsils out. He's like, okay, fine. Get the girls home and then head to the hospital, please. And I was like, well, he's not due for 12 days. I've never had a baby that was that far ahead. I'm fine. And he's like, sweetie, you have to come in. Please just drive yourself to the hospital or get somebody. And so by the time we are almost home, I'm driving about 30 miles an hour at this point because I hurt so bad and I just couldn't drive. I was just like, breathing and driving. So I get to the house. I call my mom because she was there with Cora, because Cora was little at that point. And the other kids were at school. And I asked her if she can come to the van and help me get the girls out because I'm like really uncomfortable. And so I just sit in the van for a minute. She helps me get the girls in the house. She gets them all comfortable. I finally make it in the house. And I'm like walking, like I can barely walk. I can barely talk at this point. And my father-in-law was there. And this is such a sweet memory that I have of my father-in-law. And I just like hold on to this because it was precious. Well, he came over. He always did. He always like swooped in right when we need him. And he was like, I'm going to drive you to the hospital. And I was like, okay, sounds good. And so then as I'm getting my suitcase, getting ready to actually go to the hospital, just in case this is real, I'm still super in denial thinking this is not real, but I'm going to bring my suitcase just in case. And you'd think by my 9th baby that I would know what labor is, but I only went into labor one time naturally, and that was with Jenna. And I was induced all the others. And so with Beau and him being 12 days early, I wasn't really prepared for going into labor naturally. Didn't really realize that I was in labor. Got my suitcase, was heading to the van, and then I was like, Lucas has a truck at the dealer that just got an oil change. Why don't I drop you off? I'm so crazy. To get Lucas's truck that just got done getting an oil change because they just called, and then my dad could drive me to the hospital. So we're like, all right, good plan. I'm so crazy. And so my dad comes over and we get in my mom's van. And so my dad comes over, we hop in my mom's van, Norm's in the back seat. We drive to the hospital. It's so funny. And I'm like breathing through the contractions right now and trying to not freak them out at how much I felt like I was going to have this baby soon. I was just trying to stay cool. And we stopped by the car dealer, dropped Norm off. He goes and takes Lucas's truck home. But then on the way, I said, so I feel like I actually am in labor, so maybe go pick up Jenna and Sam because they wanted to be at the hospital for this delivery, and we told them they could. They're prepared for it, and I feel like I actually might be in labor now. So why don't you get Lucas's truck, go get the kids from school, and just meet me at the hospital because I'm pretty sure this is real. So Norm's all excited. He's like, okay, sounds good. Good luck. I'm excited. I'll see you soon with the kids. And I'm like, okay. So my dad drives me to the hospital, and so now my dad drops Norm off and is heading to the hospital. He's going like really fast. Like my dad is like crazy speeding to the hospital, and I'm like, you don't have to drive this fast. Like, I'm fine. You might get pulled over. And he's like, I've always wanted to do this. And then if I get pulled over, we could say, my daughter's in labor. You have to know my dad to know his sense of humor, but he really has probably always wished that he could do this. And here we are. And I took a selfie of us driving to the hospital. And so my dad gets me to the hospital, drops me off at the front door. I think I took my suitcase and he brought my other bag later. I go up to triage, kind of like walking slowly, trying not to act like I'm actually about to have a baby here because I didn't want to freak anybody out. I get up to triage, they check me, and they're like, holy cow, you are 7 centimeters, possibly 8. This baby's And so Lucas is in surgery at this point. And so I call him and I'm like, so we're having a baby soon. I am 7 centimeters. And here we go. And so he finishes his case. He comes upstairs. My doctor's there at this point. I was only in labor like maybe an hour after that. I think they did an epidural. Yeah, they did. And it was quick though. It was only in for a few minutes. And Lucas arrived. They broke my water. I was 10 centimeters. The kids arrived right in time. And so Sam was there, Jenna was there, they're at the head of my bed. And I push a few times. Beau is born. Everything's perfect. Perfect ending to a crazy day. And then later that night, Roz and Inga, after their tonsil surgery, and all the other kids came up to meet baby Beau. And it was just so special having Jenna and Sam there, and they did so great. Jenna was also there for Cora's birth, so she had seen me in labor before, but it was just really sweet having Sam there to see his little brother be born. And we didn't know what we were going to name him. We had 2 boy names picked out, and we let Jenna and Sam pick out the baby's name. And so they saw him laying there and they said, I feel like his name should be Beau Wagner. Wagner's my maiden name. And we were like, yes, we agree. That would be a great name. And so Jenna and Sam picked out Beau's name. That's Beau's birth story. I need to stop talking about his birth story now and make Evie's balloon arch. We're going to celebrate Evie today. And we're also about to have really bad weather. We're under a tornado watch right now. So hopefully we're not going to have super bad weather. But that's what's going on today. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. Today's devotional is the fruit of the Spirit, Galatians 5:22-23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. As mothers, we long to bear good fruit in our lives and in our families. The fruit of the Spirit reminds us of the qualities God wants us to cultivate in us. These traits aren't just for our benefit, but for those around us as well. When we live by the Spirit, we model love, patience, kindness, and gentleness to our children. Today, ask God to help you grow in the fruit of the Spirit, especially in those areas where you feel challenged. The fruit of the Spirit shows us what it looks like to live in a way that pleases God. These are qualities like love, joy, and patience that God wants to grow in us. But sometimes it's hard to be kind or patient, especially when things are stressful or when people frustrate us. Ask God to help you grow in these areas and reflect His love to those around you. Which fruit of the Spirit do you feel like you? I was just thinking as I was reading this that this would be a really great verse to put as a picture or a canvas in a home, because as a mom, seeing these as a daily reminder is pretty powerful, really, because this verse is saying that we as mothers should show love as a fruit of the Spirit, joy even on mundane days, peace even when it's crazy, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness. It's not saying gentleness when our children are acting perfect and getting along. These are things that we should be showing all times as mothers. And self-control. Such a great reminder. And as Christians, we are known by our fruits of the Spirit. So when others look at us, they will know our love for God because we show these fruits of the Spirit. So that is really So here is the cake that Jenna made Evie, and it looks just like the one that Grampy Norm made her. It's so cute, very chocolatey. Can't believe she is 13.
Ready to go?
When this world starts a-reeling from that pressure drop feeling, we're just treading water each day. There's a way to feel better, be well set to weather the storms till the sun shines again. When your compass is spinning and you're lost on the way, like a leaf in the wind, friend, hear me when I say, bubbles up, they will point you towards home.
One at a time. You can't rush a moment, so don't even try, don't even try. There's a symphony you're missing. If you only listen, you'll find big magic in the mundane, the big picture in a small frame. Everything is sacred when you take time to notice. Big love happens in the small moments. Big love happens in the small moments. There's no use in chasing nickels and dimes, nickels and dimes. Riches are
Alright. Everybody ready?
Yeah, a lot of candles, Evie.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Evie. Happy birthday to you. Can I blow it out now? A wish. Yay! Beau says yay! So here's the tradition that I was talking about. It's a fruit roll-up wrapped, like ice cream wrapped with a fruit roll-up, and it makes it crunchy. So Rozzy, take a bite and we'll show how crunchy it is.
I'd rather do it out of this.
Okay, that's fine. I can hear it crunch.
So hard.
Isn't that crazy? Why don't we go to the storm shelter? I received some sandals from a company called Project Cloud, and I love all of their shoes. Like, even before I started working with them, I had probably like 4 or 5 pairs of their shoes because they are affordable, they're good quality, they're really cute, they're really comfortable, and my kids love them, I love them, and I'm excited to wear these sandals. They're going to go with everything, perfect for spring. Go check them out. These cubes are really fun. We've tried these before, and I'm actually going to put these in my bag right now to go to church because they are fun and they don't make a mess. You can be creative with these. It occupies little hands whenever they need to be quiet, and these are called sticky cubes. I'm going to show you how they kind of work before I put them in my bag for church this morning. So here's what they look like, and they're naturally sticky, and so you can just like stick them together. You can see how they they're a little bit tacky. Like whenever I try to pull it off, it just they're just a little bit tacky. You can build with these. You can wash them. They have a strainer so you can dry them, and the kids even put them on their faces. It's like so fun. You can put them on coffee cups. You can build with them. They're really, really cool. So these are called Warm Pals, and these are super cool for kids, really for anyone. So you can warm these up, you can heat them in the microwave, you can also make them really cool and put them in a freezer, put them in the fridge. They're filled with glass beads and French lavender, and so they smell amazing whenever you warm them up. And all you have to do is put them in the microwave for 90 seconds or 60 seconds, depending on the wattage of your microwave, but they warm up really quick and the kids love them. They will hug on these. They're perfect for bedtime. They're slightly weighted. I mean, they're like not heavy, but they're weighted just a little bit. They weigh just a few pounds. They're super cute. They'd be a great gift. They'd be good for all ages. I know my girls have their eyes on these and want to cuddle them right away after I get done with this video. Woo! We lost Benny. So I decided to put the balloon arch in Evie's room because it's just cute and it goes with her room. And I still have to hang the curtains, but I have to get some curtain hooks first.